Good morning. Today is Monday, May 6th, 2024. Our complimentary shredding month is here. During the month of May, you are invited and welcome to bring your unwanted and unneeded documents to our office, and we will take care of properly destroying them for you. Let's get into what happened last week in the market. Stocks notched a solid gain last week, rallying behind upbeat earnings, a dovish Fed, and mixed economic data. Life is too short to worry about what the next headline could do to your life savings. Hi, my name is Eric Hagan, and I keep my thumb on the pulse of the economy and the markets so my clients can focus on the things that are actually important to them. Thank you for joining me the next few minutes on today's weekly economic video update. It was another choppy week, but again ended in the green across the board. The Dow Jones Industrials Average increased 0.37%, while the Standard & Poor's 500 increased 0.31%. The NASDAQ Composite Index was up the strongest, up 1.47% for the week, and the MSCI EAFE Index, which tracks developed overseas stock markets, was up 0.78%. The 10-year Treasury yield came down a little bit last week to 4.5% from the week before, however, still up about 3.21% from a month ago. Markets began the week with an upward bump over here Monday, an upward bump as positive news from some mega cap tech companies outweighed disappointing updates from other tech names. The tone changed quickly on Tuesday as higher than expected first quarter wage growth triggered inflation and interest rate anxiety, just as the Federal Open Market Committee, the Fed, kicked off its third meeting of the year. Each of the three major averages dropped more than 1.5% on that last trading day of April. When the Fed announced it was holding rates steady, on Wednesday, stocks initially rallied on the news. You can see this spike up right here. But sellers got the upper hand late in the trading session, and prices ended the day slightly down. On Thursday, stocks trended higher as more companies reported upbeat first quarter results. Then on Friday, stocks pushed higher after the April jobs report indicated that unemployment ticked up and the economy slowed. The 175,000 jobs created in April represented slower growth than the over 300,000 added in March and less than the 240,000 that economists had expected. Some Fed watchers believe that the news bolstered chances that the Fed may adjust rates sooner rather than later. Markets hate uncertainty. So Fed Chair Jerome Powell attempted to clarify the Fed's stance on the outlook for interest rates at the close of its two-day meeting. Determining what's next for interest rates put in the context of stubborn inflation is no simple task, but Powell was as straightforward as possible at his press conference. He said, "I think it's unlikely that the next policy rate move will be a hike." He said, "I'd say it's unlikely." As always, we will continue to keep our finger on the pulse of what's happening in both the economy and the stock market. This week's key economic data that we're watching is a little bit lighter than the last few weeks. Wednesday, we have the EIA petroleum report. Then on Thursday, we get a look at jobless claims, the EIA natural gas report, and a look at the Fed balance sheet. And then on Friday, we get a look at consumer sentiment and a Treasury statement. With SmartMix, we use a process for investing primarily in individual stocks, thereby cutting out the many hidden costs that can be found in many of today's investment products. So we do keep our eye on stocks and companies reporting earnings. You can see some of those names this week that we are keeping our eye on. You can learn about our low-cost, fully transparent, and personalized approach at smartmixportfolios.com. Lastly, at 2 o'clock today, I will be sending out our full economic update for the week. This update includes more than what I talk about here on Monday mornings, including our very popular weekly tax tip. This week's tax tip answers the question, do you need to report cash payments? If you receive a cash payment of over $10,000, you may be required to report it to the IRS. In this case, a cash payment includes US or foreign currency and can also include cashier's checks, bank drafts, traveler's checks, or money orders. So again, we explore the answer to this question and more in this week's weekly tax update. So if you're not getting this email and you would like it, you can subscribe at our website, investwithccg.com. Again, we send this out at 2 p.m. Central Time. Hey, this is Eric again. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Here at Capital Consulting Group, we provide personal wealth planning and fiduciary investment management solutions for individuals, couples, and families. To learn how to see your entire financial situation, both today as well as every year into the future, go to clearfinancialfuture.com and watch the short 2-minute video. To learn how we give our clients' life savings the attention it deserves and to see how we're doing, visit smartmixportfolios.com. And lastly, if you'd like help investing your 401k at work, visit me over at 401kinvestmentpros.com. Thank you again for your time today. I'll look for you next week.